Counselor Stevenson? I see her logged on. Counselor Stevenson, can you hear me? She's not answering. It looks like, and we know Counselor Martin won't be in the meeting tonight. He's excused. We need to get clarification from Counselor Stevenson if she can hear us or not.
Could you get her on the phone, please?
Okay, because I could see her. She's logged on. I'm going to call her.
She says she's here. It's typed in the text box.
All right. All right, you have a quorum.
Could you call her name again?
Counselor Stevenson? She might be having problems. Well, if she typed that she's here and I have it, that's.
I still want her voice to be
all right.
On the roll call for the minutes. Playing games. I see her texting, but texting does not identify that she's actually is here.
Yeah, but I'm trying to call, she's having problems. She's texting, please start the meeting. Let me see if I can get her on the phone.
Hammond's here.
All right, Counselor Gowdy, I can't get her on the phone, but she's texting, please start the meeting.
I mean, she can't, the texting ain't gonna do. She gotta make her voice known for the record.
Well, if she can't get through, then you're not gonna be able to have a meeting. There's nothing. I tried.
She know that we can't text the meeting.
Chat use is it's authorized, and if we can verify by seeing her presence, I think that may be sufficient until she can reconcile whatever issue is.
Need to come to City Hall. Did she put her face on the camera?
I know that C Blue, that is her handle for when she
show her face. Show her face.
All right. Council President, can you turn on your video so they can see it's you, and then Ms. Gowdy doesn't want to start the meeting unless she can clarify that it definitely is you.
We just need to verify that it actually is her, that's all. Oh,
You'll have to ask her, Miss Gotti. I keep asking, but I'm not getting any response.
I don't care what you got in there, but you can't have a meeting if you don't have a quorum. Simple as that.
I'm gonna try calling her phone again.
No, I see her. She's on, her video's there. I see her. She, I can see her.
Okay, then we know it's her.
Yeah.
Thank you,
meeting
Council
started.
President.
the
All
meeting
right, we
started.
got it.
You see, I only want to see how to-
Okay, Miss Gowdy.
Okay, go, you can continue on, Tracy.
All right, let's go. Resolution number 0821. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to accept the bid of and contract with.
Excuse me, I'm Tracy, we need the remarks from the public.
We don't have any public on that I see.
Somebody on, and we got Omaze right here, and we got Fambro here.
They're not to be in the office, unfortunately. Okay. All right, remarks from the public. Agenda items limited to 2 minutes.
Go ahead.
I'll just say this.
Can't hear anybody who's making them. Any remarks?
Yes, go ahead,
Playing with the thing.
go ahead. The agenda items only.
Mind your business. I'm talking about the business, agenda item.
Yeah,
You cannot deprive the public from participating, whether it's on Zoom or on Zoom or whomever it is. The citizen must participate. You cannot deprive that. So I don't want to hear about the citizen are not here.
We can't hardly hear them.
I said that.
No citizens were showing up on as logged into Zoom. It specified that Zoom meeting only, Mr. Omaze. I'm sorry. I didn't notice you were in the office because the office is close to the public. I didn't know anybody was in there. Sorry.
not on my watch. Let's move on.
All right, going to the legislation, resolution number 0821. A resolution authorizing the mayor to accept the bid of and contract with 3D Moore, 2150 Noble, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112, in the amount of $160,225 for the paving of Martin Luther King Civic Center parking lot, 14801 Shaw Avenue, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112, utilizing proceeds from the Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funds.
Discussion, any discussion?
Yes, so I'd like to ask Mr. Moore if he can provide us some details of the benefit. But we see that these funds are coming from two different pots of money, which I believe the mayor explained that to us at the couple of meetings ago. So I think it'd be great to actually have the parking lot done to complement the Civic Center once it is finally complete. Mr. Moore, if you would, provide some background and let us know what you're gonna do.
Mr. Austin, 1 second. Mr. Moore?
Yes, good evening. And can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes.
everybody.
Yes. Well, we're gonna meet the specifications that's that was in the original bid. That is repaving the parking lot of the Martin Luther King Civic Center, along with striping, the necessary parking stripes. There is some concrete that is going to be needed as well. I don't have it with me right in front of me. I'm driving right now. But the bottom line is, we're going to meet it to the specifications that was bidded on. And that's it.
I have a question. Is this going to be the whole parking lot or just half? What is it? Because it don't specific saying what it is.
I believe it does. Like I said, I don't have it in front of me. I'm driving. The back, the very rear, there is a section that was not included. But my plans is to cover, as much of it beyond that as I can within the cost.
Okay.
Can I share another note, Councilwoman Gowdy?
Yes.
When this started, it was about the CARES Act dollars being used to fund these areas of the parking lot that would be used for either vaccination or testing for the coronavirus. So there was some sections of the parking lot that was specific to accessing the facility for those persons that come there for that care or to keep the community a little safe. So I would like to see if there is if we're using some additional CDBG dollars, hopefully those dollars would cover as much of the parking lot to make it as complete as possible. But that was the initial discussion with using the CARES Act fund, because that facility would be used to augment the testing and the vaccinations throughout the city.
Okay, I'm just wondering, what do you adjust we do?
I would like to actually, move this forward so that these dollars can be used as soon as possible. So as the, cost of the materials and the labor continues to go out as the season gets worse, the earlier we get our bid in, the less we'll have to pay in the long run.
The bid is already in, so he really, it was already 3 bidders, so he already won the bid. I just want to know full details on how far is he's going to do it, because that whole section back there and further up need to be done. The whole parking lot, really.
Roger, and I would like to see if I can go back. Unfortunately, I got to dig in my trunk. I'm in my car right now, but in the event that this particular proposal does not cover the whole civic center, because that was not the initial intent using the CARES Act dollars. If Milran Leach is on the line, if he can provide some more information as to the square footage of the parking lot that will be complete based on the dollars available in combination between the CDBG dollars and the CARES Act dollars, because oftentimes they're not enough to do the whole space at one time. So more to follow. If Mr. Leach is on the line, if he can help us out, that'd be of great help or assistance or information.
Thank you. Madam President, would you like to speak? Madam President, all of a sudden today your stuff ain't working. What's going on?
She was having trouble with some of it the other day. Okay, do you want to move on to the next one?
Can Justin come and pick you up, Madam President? Because we got to go on with this meeting so we can we're going to move this to the agenda that we will be discussing.
Okay, so you want
At
that
the regular
moved?
council. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so the next one is Resolution 4621. Resolution authorizing the mayor to transfer to Brandon Smith under the neighbor next door ordinance, and at a cost of $100, a parcel of vacant land held by the city as part of its land reutilization program and located at 1852 Alvison, East Cleveland, Ohio, 44112. Permanent parcel number 672-1506016. This is what you and I looked at together, Counselor Gowdy, and we printed out from Google Maps. That's all in front of you.
Are we gonna move this?
Can I make a comment about that?
Can,
Yes, I don't know if you know that that house hasn't been occupied by nobody for one day since they applied for that. And that house is still under construction. And if you read what it takes to qualify, you have to actually be a neighbor next door. They own the house, but they haven't spent not one day there and the house is not complete. So I think that I had a situation where, I've been in my residence for years, and it said that my request did not, how can I say, qualify. So if you look at the qualifications, I know you want to move this forward, but it has to qualify. So if you do a little bit more analysis, you'll check the qualification, and I think that we may be a little bit ahead of ourselves in qualification, respectfully.
thank you for doing your duties. I did not know he was not living there.
I think that was one of the reasons you were holding this as well, to get more information, Counselor Gowdy. But we wanted to bring it out to let people see that you weren't just holding it, that there were some other reasons.
Is this the one on Alverson?
Correct, because we didn't even have a clear picture
Yeah.
until you and I took it, right?
Is he here today?
I don't see Mr. Brandon Smith on here, but after what Mr. Austin brought up, this can be still held up, but at least people know, that there were still some concerns.
Okay, we can keep it.
Yeah, we can hold that.
Okay, we're gonna hold it. Next,
Ordinance number 6721. It's an ordinance authorizing mayor to accept the bid of and contract with Terrace Construction Company, 3965 Pearl Road, Cleveland, Ohio, 44109, for the combined Forest Hill Avenue water main replacement project between Cleveland Water Department, which share is $289,451.01, and the city of East Cleveland, which share of the remainder is $92,191.74 out of CDBG funds, for a total combined cost respectively of $381,642.75.
okay, any discussion?
I think it'd be a great idea to move this immediately. We have to have it. We know what the benefit is, long-term and short-term. No discussion, let's move it. If you could, respectfully, as a recommendation from somebody not on the committee.
I have a question about this. It says not to go over $173,000, but
Oh, wait, we're still on 67, Counselor.
okay.
6721, what do you want me to do with this piece? Are you planning on moving it forward? Council President hasn't put any,
We
Type out
definitely gonna
anything.
move that forward. We're gonna move it forward.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next one is amended ordinance. We were waiting, this is the one you wanted the updated information. So it's amended ordinance number 6821. An ordinance to authorize the mayor to enter into a contract with Pepco in an amount not to exceed $173,565 in order to purchase streetlight poles, fixtures, lamps, photocells, and transformer bases for Forest Hill, to be paid out of a combination of general revenue and CDBG funds, and declaring an emergency for the public health, safety, and welfare.
I have a question. Why do it say not to exceed 173,000 and then it's 166,000? So for the contract, so I see two different prices.
Right, can I make a comment on that, please?
Yes.
You know how we've been talking about how the price has been increasing weekly from 10 to 20% every week. So depending on how soon we can get this into the system officially, that may be just a little bit so the mayor doesn't have to come, or the administration, I should say, doesn't have to come right back to council because of a price increase. So that's where the variant kind of makes sense. And we don't want to reach the top of that. We want to get it as of today. This is the price we may have to pay. So I would recommend that we move this forward as soon as possible to prevent having to continue to pay 10 to 20% increase over the course of the next couple of weeks. Your thoughts?
I just needed to talk to Charles. Charles on the line. Charles, I see two different prices. Can you explain that?
Is it on the screen? Let's see. Yeah, let's see. So, Councilor Gowdy, as we were talking earlier, I don't know what the backup that you showed me versus the backup, because even the ordinance that you showed me had 152,000. So I think Tracy already mentioned this. So this is an amendment. I don't know if the backup has changed, but if the backup hasn't changed, the two quotes, we was looking at two different quotes. So I'm not sure if Tracy can tell me if the original Pepco quote, is it different now from what I seen today? This before this meeting, it was one for 152,000 and it's one for $129,200.
The 150,000, that is the newest one that we just received, if that's the one that has the blue lines on it for
Is
Pepco.
it? I didn't see. Is that on here? I'm not see. So what Councilor Gowdy showed me, you may have something different.
Yeah,
And that's
so,
probably what's old.
Okay.
That's probably what's an old bid.
yeah, this is the newest stuff, like you requested last week, Counselor. And because when the mayor mentioned that it had gone up almost 30,000, and you said you wanted all the backup to show that, so we got that.
All right, so
Because
we're
it
gonna
kept
move
going
it.
up. Okay, and I want to read this. Council President typed this, so we read it for the record. She's saying, please be advised that all land transfers in this committee are going to be returned to the administration because the city has not met the statutory requirement to seat a legal NAC committee, which is a neighborhood advisory committee. A legal committee consists of 7 people, 2 from the mayor's office and 5 from the council, with each counselor selecting and appointing 1 person. These items were placed in committee without the proper vetting and should not have been given a number.
All right, I don't have time for all that. All I know that if she typing all that, she could come up here and actually come and talk to us face to face.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm going
Hi,
to move
Counselor
this out
Smith.
of,
All right, the next one
I'm
is,
going to move this, I'm moving all this stuff out of my committee.
all right, so the next one is Resolution 7921.
And I'm going to recognize Councilor Smith.
I heard him.
God bless you, Madam. God bless you, Madam Vice President. God bless you.
All right, resolution number 7921. A resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into lease or purchase agreements for the acquisition of a Caterpillar Model 272 D3 skid steer loader in the amount of $67,981.24 for use by the service department utilizing general revenue funds.
Austin, you
Councilor Austin, can you speak to this?
Yes, I can. We have one of these already, and it's doing phenomenal. We're getting a lot of the larger trees and a lot of the large debris. It's gonna have a biter on it with the run flat tires, basically what they equate to. And we already have one that's doing phenomenal work. So what we would like to do is acquire another so we can multiply our efforts without having to multiply our manpower. So that's what this piece of equipment will do for us. And if you want to check it out, and it's worked, it actually had another piece of another apparatus on it, and it helped to level the ground over there in the service department without having to call out somebody like Mr. 3D Moore respectfully to do the work for us, because we were able to do it ourselves. So force multiplier, this is a must-have, and we'll benefit from it later on as we start doing some real development in the city to kind of clean up some of the areas that just need cleaning up dumps and all kinds of good stuff. So when somebody dump in our city, this is one of those pieces of equipment can actually grab the majority of the items because it has a mouth on it, or a biter, a grabber, if you call it, that can grab a couch and another piece of material that's been dumped and drive it right to the service department without having a trail vehicle and all kinds of good stuff. So it's like I said, a force multiplier beneficial to the city going forward.
For discussion. Councilor Smith, you want something that you would like to add to it?
No, ma'am, thank you. No, ma'am, thank you.
And let's move it out of my committee.
All right, ma'am. Next one is resolution number 8421 revised. Resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into a purchase agreement with Ergonomio Home Com Incorporated, 14611 Sunny Grove, Houston, Texas, 77070, care of Arnold Reception Desks Incorporated, 120 Coit Street, Irvington, New Jersey, 07111, for the acquisition and installation of updated furnishings for city council chambers and courtroom in an amount not to exceed $100,255, utilizing general revenue funds.
Any discussion?
Oh, wait, let me see the chat one moment.
We do have discussion about this. This is our new furnishings for the courtroom, so we can get away from the council having to use a table, 2 tables put together that like picnic tables to discuss the business of the city. So going forward, we actually want to grow our aesthetics as well as grow the level of appreciation that we have for our residents by allowing them to look at their own city hall as we slowly but surely bring it into the 21st century. So I am looking forward to having the council have the benefit of having something that is, their mark on what we look like going forward. So I applaud the administration and the council for looking at this opportunity. And I hope we get to realize the opportunity, because I think it's like $89,000 as of our last quote. But as you know, the material constantly goes up. So I think it's a good thing we authorize the little bit of additional resources that we can go up to in the event that there's a price increase and or a labor increase that might prevent us from getting the courtroom and council chamber combination room finished in a reasonable amount of time. So I'm looking forward to the new look within City Hall. And I ask that we all kind of look at it and see our input as we move forward to realize what we can look like if we just put our interests going in the same direction.
All right, we're gonna move it. Let's move it on out.
All right, man. Next one, resolution number 8521. A resolution to, this is your favorite. A resolution to authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with the modernization care of Lou Koza for the installation of a city hall elevator in the amount of $235,989.86.
I definitely want to move this to the regular council meeting.
I said that was your favorite. I know you were so happy when you saw that. All right, next one. This is City of East
Any
Cleveland.
discussion? Any discussion?
Excuse me. Thank you, Madam Vice President and Madam Clerk. I would humbly like to associate my name with this piece, with that piece of legislation, please. I would like to co-sponsor, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
I would
Councilor
also like to
Austin?
co-sponsor everything that I made a comment on tonight.
all right.
And I know if you can do that Madam Clerk, I really appreciate it.
Yes, they will all be put on, co-sponsored on all of them before they go to the agenda for next week.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Let's
welcome.
move it on out.
Okay, the next one is resolution number R 2021-8621. This is an emergency resolution to accept the material terms of the One Ohio subdivision settlement pursuant to the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding and consistent with the terms of the July 21st, 2021 National Opioid Settlement Agreement.
Okay, any discussion?
This is a grant, an opportunity for us to get a portion of what the federal government has released to every city that has been affected by the opioid epidemic. So this is our opportunity to finally be recognized. And I think that was it the judge that talked about him having to go to the Chief Justice to ask that East Cleveland be recognized in some of these benefits that are going out to other cities that have a little bit more representation and or a larger population. So hands respect to the judge for actually sticking up for our residents and saying, Chief Justice, see us. And this may be the first of many to come so that our residents and their needs can be recognized. So to our great judge, we appreciate you and thank you very much for the opportunity.
And on this, as I read through the sections of how much money that East Cleveland is entitled to, the 70% payout is a little over 17,000, up to the 100% payout, which would be 25,000. Counselor Gowdy.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna ask that, but we're gonna move it on out and put it on agenda.
Okay. The last piece is ordinance number 8721. This is an ordinance authorizing the mayor to continue the services for $5,500 of the Cuyahoga Soil and Water Conservation District for the purpose of providing technical assistance in implementing soil and water conservation measures in order to implement the public involvement and public education requirement under the Ohio EPA Municipal Separate Stormwater Sewer Discharge Permit.
Any discuss? Councilor Austin, what all they gonna be doing?
Hold on 1 second. This is a reoccurring event. We do this every year. So this is gonna be something that we're gonna do every year. And what they're supposed to offer us, if we seek it, is some opportunity training for us and our residents. So this sampling is gonna, I think we did it at the park. It's some other documentation, but it comes around every year. This is a reoccurring event. So this is basically a formality, so to speak. So that's what we get. We make sure we got the coverage and we get additional training, but I don't know what kind of training that we get. So more to follow. And this is just giving us the opportunity to get that training, and we're partnering and making sure that our environment stays safe.
Melvin Leach is on the line as
Qualification.
well.
What is the qualification for the training? Who are going supposed to be there? Is they hiring?
If I could speak, Councilor Gowdy, this is Charles, the Finance Director.
Yes.
So as Councilor Austin alluded to, this is an annual, this is all part of the sewer district stormwater management process that they do with all the municipalities. And so the soil and water conservation district, they do the training. So basically just trying to train and educate the public about things to do and not to do, you know, just regarding the stormwater and the things that people may put in, throw away, you know, how it affects the environment. So we pay them to do the training, but we actually get reimbursed every year. So it's actually no cost to us. It's just we paid up front and then we get reimbursed for this, but this is an annual thing, and they do the training. They'll come out to the community. It's all about the administration, you know, arranging that training with them and whoever want to come out and get educated.
All right, Tracy, we're gonna move it out of my committee.
Okay, oh, Counselor,
Any
Mr.
more
Leach,
discussion?
where'd he go? I saw Mr. Leach on there. I was gonna say if you said a question about that parking lot, but he disappeared.
Tracy,
Yes, ma'am.
we're gonna move it to the regular council meeting.
Okay, so every piece is being moved forward to the 21st, except the piece of property for the neighbor next door, which is 4821 is going back, or 4621 is remaining in committee. All the other pieces will be moved out to be on the December 21st agenda, regular council agenda, okay? Is there any remarks from the public?
We got one more presentation, and I want to bring Fambro on to talk and discuss what he wants to do for our city. And he can take a couple minutes.
You're way, you got lots of time left. You're doing really good. Mr. Fambro?
Okay,
He has to get closer to the speaker. We can't hear him, please.
can you hear me now?
Yes, that's perfect. Thank you, sir.
Okay. What I came to talk about today is the lack of news and information flowing through East Cleveland. Since the cable channel is no longer broadcasting council meetings, my company has done that in the past, and I'm making a proposal to the council to bring my company back to perform that service. In the past, this service has come under the mayor, under mayor's control in the recent past. However, a while back, the council voted to regulate this this channel and to regulate the information that's on the channel. And by that, I mean that the mayor had and the council's programming the same, ran according to a schedule. The public had time to be on the air, running according to a schedule. The judge ran his programming according to a schedule. This was voted upon by the council about 7, maybe 8 years ago. It should be able to find that legislation because the council has approved this. And what I'd like to do is bring that issue back before the council because the channel is now dead and down. So we'd like to resurrect the channel so that East Cleveland can benefit by getting news and information, finding out what's going on with the city, with various pieces of legislation, legislation for children, legislation for, you know, all of the things that are going on in the city. We have created a situation where we don't have information, and that has affected us very deeply. In elections here, without the information that I'm talking about, people don't know who to vote for. Anything about the candidates running for various positions. So good people lose elections, and people, not only that, but they, even though they have some with great flaw. So what I'd like to do is bring information and news back to East Cleveland through the council. I would like to, for the council for the council president to execute their own contract with this service. coming under the mayor means that, and the mayor that he wants when it's and information. They should have information on their own, not. And the way you solve that is with the time slots that I've indicated earlier. So the public is on from a certain time to another time. The mayor's on from this time to that time. The council's on from this time to that time, and the judge, and so on, so that it's fair. Right now, council meetings are not even on the air. So that's why what I want to bring to the attention of the council, again, I see this as a contract between the contractor and the council. The council has the power and authority to contract for themselves. And so this would bring that back, and our people here would have access to what's on that channel. Yeah, are there any questions?
Is there any question?
No.
Councilor Austin, you got anything that you might want to say? No question?
Counselor Gowdy, Melvin's back online. I know you had a question about that parking lot. He might be able to answer it real quick for you.
Oh, wait, okay. Oh, I'm gonna go to you.
Austin, you can go on and please.
Okay, greetings, Mr. Leach. I think the question was of the area that has been considered for resurfacing at the MLK. What is the amount of the space that actually will be resurfaced based on the legislation then submitted for 3D Moore?
That would cover everything in the civic. If you're looking at it where the playground is, going back towards Shaw. So just that little section that's behind the football field, that part wouldn't get paid. So everything else would get paid from the parking lot, where the playground is, going all the way back to Shaw. So both driveways and the back parking area.
Okay, great. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Over to the agenda.
Counselor Gowdy?
I do have another comment.
Pembroke had another comment to make about his presentation.
Okay.
Just want to mention that recently we had an election, and what I talked about earlier about people having access to news and information on their channel, this resulted, the last election, November the 2nd, and at the polls. And it's because people don't have it, they're not excited. They don't have information. And also, I think this contributes to a low community morale. We actually had ultra low voter turnout in East Cleveland. And this can stop, I think, with what I'm proposing to do. We'd like to bring that channel back and talk with the cable company and get that resurrected and get news and information, meetings and whatnot back on the air so that our people are informed. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions? All right, so we're going to move to adjourn this meeting.
Oh, before you do, Ms. Gowdy, I just want to give you an update on Counselor Martin.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yes,
Yeah, you're welcome. He called me about 6:15. So I did tell him what we said. Stop calling, get your rest. He's doing well. He expects to be home tomorrow or Saturday. He wanted to thank you, Ms. Gowdy, Council President, Justin Anderson, for all your help for making his event go forward for him. He was so worried about that. And he wants to thank everybody for their prayers. He wanted me to thank Counselor Smith for the prayer chain he had at his house. And he said the prayers are working and God is great. And thank everyone. And again, just say how wonderful our police department, how fast, and the fire department. And he can't wait to get back to work. And I told him, you said he needs to take a break next week.
I sure did.
And don't make you come over there. So he laughed.
We want to thank you, Tracy, from acting, acting real quick on what you did, when I told you that the police officers was out there and you really went forward. And I thank the police officers for being respond real quick, they respond real quick. So we really want to thank each and every one of them. So I'm excited that he's okay.
Yes, he is, and God is great. And there was a reason everything transpired just as it did, just to show how we can all pull together and just, we are a family. We might be dysfunctional, but we are a family.
I know you didn't play that part, but it is what it is.
That's
Can I
right.
make a comment?
Yes, sir.
Comments? Any more comments?
Yeah, I want to make a quick comment about our clerk. Because had it not been for her willingness to take the extra step, we wouldn't be talking the way we're talking right now, possibly. So what she did,
Outside of her job duties.
way outside her job duty. So what she did, she has a cycle by which she has contact with each of us. And through her cycle being broken by Counselor Martin's lack of response because he was incapacitated, she got up from her desk and forced the issue so that somebody can go do a welfare check. So not only is she doing a phenomenal job as the clerk, she literally is a hero. Because had she not got up from her desk or not cared enough about one of us, the situation could have been a whole lot different. And I don't want to understate that. So Madam Clerk, thank you.
Well,
When
thank you,
somebody saves
sir.
your life, that's the best you can do. So as gracefully as I possibly can and humbly as I possibly can, I submit to you that you are indeed a hero today.
Well,
because you
thank
cared
you,
enough
but
to
I'm not a
save someone.
hero. It was God's grand scheme
Indeed.
that I was to act upon that. And it's just, the plans were laid out for all of us, that we all
All
came
I'm asking-
together. But thank you.
Well, thank you is what I'm saying. Because again, without your willingness to get off, from the chair or push back from the computer and care enough, because oftentimes we miss opportunity to humbly thank somebody that truly deserves it.
Well, thank you.
And
sir.
I commit my greatest thanks to you. May you
I would
continue
do
to
it
be
for
blessed and
each and
continue to
every
work
one
hard
of you.
for us. And I appreciate it. Thank you. So accept the thank you and be okay. Thank you.
All right, thank
You're
you.
welcome. Be blessed.
Hey, Tracy,
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
this time you is excused from acting out of your duty. You excused, you got this. We're gonna adjourn this meeting and hopefully everybody have a good holiday and we'll see.
Madam Vice President,
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. I would also like to say thank you to Ms. Tracy, give our prayers to Councilman Martin. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you, Madam Vice President, tonight for this very, very important committee meeting to move these pieces of legislation forward. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because we know that they've been tabled for a minute and you did not table them. So I thank you for bringing them out of your committee from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the people of East Cleveland. Thank you.
Very welcome. Thanks. You're welcome.
Well, we look forward to seeing everybody at the regular council meeting on Tuesday, December 21st. Would you like to call the time now, Ms. Gowdy?
Yes.
Ms. Gowdy? Would you like to call the adjournment time, please?
It's 7:23.
All right, meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.